Just what is the real price of a British pint of milk? Well, it could be the equivalent of battery farming for cows if Nocton Dairies, the company behind a proposed mega-farm, gets its way. Based on models currently in operation in the US, the mega-farm would house over 8,000 high-yield Holstein dairy cows in huge sheds with little or no access to grazing, and where the animals are milked to gruelling 3 times a day in order to produce massive yields. The World Society for the Protection of Animals has just returned from filming in California and has released this shocking footage. It reveals the conditions that cows can be subjected to in the worst examples of US industrial mega-dairies. It's a warning to the UK that allowing industrial dairy farming to become the norm could pave the way for extremes of poor welfare for cows and environmental pollution as found in the USA today.
We think this is a real watershed moment for the British dairy industry, and we're extremely concerned that if the go-ahead is given for this huge development in Lincolnshire, this could be the future of dairy farming in Britain. 8,000 cows in a huge complex, little or no grazing, access to outside, milk 3 times a day. We don't think this is what British consumers want. This is a really regressive step, and we think that consumers want to say no to factory milk from battery cows.
The UK branch of World Society for the Protection of Animals has staged an escape by 100 cows in central London to bring this issue to the attention of a wider public. The WSPA UK supporters, dressed in prison-style jumpsuits and pantomime cowheads, appeared in the Westminster area to lobby the government, and they hope can bring an end to this planned battery farm for cows.
We really want to stop this becoming the new face of dairy farming now, before it's too late, before we go down the same path we have with battery eggs, which we're now beginning to get rid of. So before we go that far, we want to stop this farm in its tracks. We want you to sign up to notinmycuppa.com, come and join in, join us, have your say and say no to this factory milk.
The arrival of a mega-farm in the English countryside will put increased pressure on smaller farmers to fall in line with these practices in order to compete in an already difficult market.
We want to send a very strong message to the developers and also to the government that there's no appetite for these type of developments in Britain at all. We want the government to look very closely about giving approval to these sorts of things in the future, to the planning authorities in Lincolnshire who are going to be shortly making a decision on whether to allow this to go ahead. And we want very much consumers who are concerned about this and don't want their milk produced in this way to join the WSPA campaign and send a very strong message to supermarkets, the government and the local planning authorities that they do not want this development to go ahead.